Should you learn similar languages at the same time? Well, Spanish and Italian, for example, and Portuguese, or Danish, Norwegian, Swedish, or Russian, Ukrainian, or Polish and servocreation. Well, it's a brilliant shortcut or recipe for confusion. Let's talk about the pros and cons. So here's why people are tempted. When two languages share a lot of vocabulary, when grammar or sounds, it feels like you're getting a 2-for-1 deal. Learn Spanish and suddenly portugiesalog 70% familiar. Learn Dutch and German doesn't feel quite as scary. Learn Austrian and you speak German like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It feels like cheating the system. Well, let's start with the good news. There are real advantages to learning languages from the same family. Germanic languages, Slavian, Germanic languages, Slavian languages, Romanian languages. Many words are identical or nearly identical. For example, Spanish you say nación, in Portuguese nação, in Italian nazione, in German nation, in English nation, in French nation. So you see, there is a lot of common vocabulary in the European languages that is based on Latin. Wow! And there is even a language that has made a system out of that called interlingua. So if you know interlingua, you know the complete international vocabulary that is common in all European languages. How great is that? So if you're a native speaker of English and you want to learn any other language easily, that might open you the door to Italian, Spanish, French, or whatever other language, Portuguese, learn interlingua. At interlingua.com, you will get a lot of learning material. And yeah, so it's just fun. It's fun to learn a language that will open the world. It's the secret language of Europe. And you, if you're from the US, you can be really, really happy that until now, interlingua has not become official language of the European Union, because otherwise you could forget your English in the future. Anyway, but this is going to happen one day. We're going to have interlingua as European language in the United States of Europe, and then you're going to be prepared. So interlingua is the language to learn if you want to have access to the complete international vocabulary in European languages based on Latin. Yes, similar sentences structure. Verb endings cases mean you don't start from zero every time. Once you've cracked French conjugations, Italian feels way less intimidating. That's right, yeah. Related languages often come with the cultural similarities, shared history, music, or traditions, which is currently, I don't want to become too political, but if you have a look at some East European situations currently in the year 25, this shared history might also be some misinterpretation. That makes learning not just easier, but richer. And anyway, the point is, it depends if you are a perfectionist or if you say, I want to communicate with as many people in the world as I can. I personally, I prefer speaking 20 languages on a level of B1 instead of 1 at the level of C2, because I love communicating with people. So, but if you want to make it perfect, well, you better keep to one language, because if you go to Italy, well, next week I will travel to Italy, and there I might speak an Italian and mix up some interlingua words or some Spanish or some Portuguese, which I've learned recently, and then people will understand me anyway, because the context will be understood. Like, my English is not perfect, but you understand what I'm talking about. So, and if I say, for example, well, we need some more kindergarten system in the Heimatbereich, where we all have the Möglichkeit to bring our Kinder in the same institution as we did in the Vergangenheit, then you probably get what I'm talking about. But there are some false friends, like words that look the same but mean totally different things. In Spanish, embarazada. In European Spanish, you would say embarazada. In Latin American, you would say embarazada, means pregnant, not embarrassed. Oops, this could be very embarrassing. Anyway, we have a nice example of that false friend. If you like to Google or if you like to YouTube, Emmanuel Macron, you know, the French president, and Australian Prime Minister, he said when he left, "Thank you to you and your delicious wife." Because the French word délicieux also means nice, gentle, pleasant, charming. Well, but I have to say that Emmanuel Macron speaks very good English. He does some tiny little mistakes every now and then, but anyway, his English is really, really good compared to um, the English of many other European politicians, and of course compared to the foreign language skills of all US politicians. So in German, for example, we have bekommen, which is sometimes the fourth friend of become. Bekommen means werden in the meaning of to get. Like if you say, ich bekomme ein Schnitzel, I will receive a Schnitzel, not I will not develop myself to a Schnitzel. But a lot of Germans say, well, can I please become a cup of coffee? Well, I don't know how you're going to do that, but if you like, you know? Yeah. So whenever you hear a German saying, I become a salad and chicken and rice, don't become hungry. Just realize that this is a false friend. All right, instead of mastering one language, you risk splitting your attention if you want to make it perfect. You made that with two half-baked languages instead of one strong. So if you're a beginner, focus on the one language first, get comfortable, build a solid foundation, and only then add a brother or cousin language. Well, brother languages, for example, are languages of the same family. Like English and German are both Germanic languages. They're like brothers. Brothers in whatever. And Italian and German, or Italian and English, are cousins because they have a lot of international vocabulary in common. And so they are not as related as German and English, but they are quite close. And then we have the neighbors like Chinese, Arabic, and yeah, even Russian is a cousin of German or English. And if you look back in history, Queen Victoria was the grandmother of the Tsar. I don't know the correct English word. The Tsar of Russia and the Emperor of Germany. So the Emperor of Germany and the Tsar in Russia were cousins. So not only their languages, but they really were cousins. And their granny was sitting in England. So if there was a problem, you would just call a relative instead of just sending one of your employees. So this was quite good. All right. So if your goal is a conversation as soon as possible, stick to one and go for it. And then if you want to add a similar language, make it in a structural way, in a systematic way, because this will reveal you the secrets of that language. Okay, so in diesem Sinne wünsche ich euch weiterhin viel Spaß beim Lernen einer Sprache. Ich wünsche euch viel Erfolg und wenn ihr verschiedene Sprachen, die gleich oder ähnlich sind, miteinander kombinieren wollt, dann macht das. Aber denkt immer daran, es könnte zu ein bisschen Verwirrung führen. In diesem Sinne, bis zum nächsten Video. Ciao, arrivederci. Hayabina. Bye bye. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Tschüss.